Hello, everyone. This is Miss Choicey. Welcome to Open Visions Book Club. This week we are reading "Build Your Best Life" by Deborah D. Smith. I don't know why I get tongue tied, but Deborah D. Smith, and she's giving us some gems on how to build our best life. Right. So this is mainly for created for the young men, how they think and operate, and how to change a lot of the negative things that they have been doing. But we're going to go ahead and pick up where we left off. We read chapters 1 through 4, and we're going to jump right in to chapter 5. I'm going to try to do. Uh, let's see. I believe it's a total of 10 chapters here. Let me make sure. Um, yes. Um, Actually, it's a total of 9 chapters, and 10 is the conclusion. So I'm gonna do, well, let's just see. We're gonna start with 5. If I can do 5 through 8, and then we can knock out the book next week. But let me go ahead and pray in. Father God, I thank you for this opportunity, for using me to share the author's books, and hopefully that the hearers that are on today or that will hear in the future will not just hear the message from each book, but they can actually hear it and understand it and apply it to their lives, Lord. Let this book club be life changing, Lord. Let the people get exactly what they need. And for the ones who have already heard it before, let it be confirmation. Lord, I just ask that you use me as needed, Lord, to help the people build a better life, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay, so again, we're reading Build Your Best Life by Deborah D. Smith. Okay, so chapter 5. The topic for chapter 5 is making and breaking your reputation. So it says it takes years to establish a good reputation and keep it. There will be mountains and barriers to overcome, as as well as setbacks and setups. Sometimes we even take 3 steps forward and 4 steps back, right? That's true, yeah. So it takes 1 second to ruin a good reputation, while it takes blood, sweat, and tears and years to build or rebuild one, right? So it says here, unfortunately, bad decisions can unravel all of your hard work in seconds. Missteps include, but aren't limited to, acting unprofessionally, committing criminal acts, or past mistakes coming back to haunt you. A solid reputation can implode suddenly. Start building the foundation for your best life and solid reputation now, and strive to maintain it. So it says the following is a list of 7 reputation breakers. So I'm just going to give you the topics of the 7. Uh, and if you want to know in detail, you got to go purchase Miss Deborah's book. So the first one is lying, right? The second one is laziness. The third one is not listening. The fourth one is stealing. The fifth one is no urgency. The sixth one is hot tempered. And the seventh one is unreliable. It says here are 7 reputation builders to follow instead of bulldozing your good name. So she's giving us 7 that are not good for us, right? And then she's giving us 7 that are good for us. So the first one, tell the truth. The second one, be a go-getter. The third one, listen to authoritative figures with experience. The fourth one, honesty is the best policy. The fifth one, if efficient time management and organization. The sixth one, listen without speaking or reacting. That's a good one because how many people actually listen, right? How many people actually listen without interrupting or reacting, right? And the seventh one, word is bond. It says, never neglect your reputation. I can't say it enough. It takes 1 second to ruin a good reputation, while it takes blood, sweat, and tears and years to build or rebuild one. As you strive to build your best life, it's crucial to protect your reputation. So, the principal points here for chapter 5, it says, honesty will never be outdated. Honesty will never be outdated. And it says, think before you speak. It says, listen to authoritative figures. It says, it takes years to rebuild a ruined reputation. It says, people want people in their circle they can trust. It says here, be punctual, meaning be on time. It says, your word is your bond. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Keep your word, people. Keep your word. And it says, be proactive. So those are the principal points for chapter 5. And we're going to jump right into chapter 6. The topic or the title, I'm sorry, I always say topic, but the title for chapter 6, it says how to avoid crazy mistakes. The first thing, well, let me, before I go there, it says, sometimes we do things that make people wonder, what in the world were they thinking? Here are some of the crazy mistakes young people make and how to avoid them. So, the first one is not being yourself. The second one, not taking care of our minds and bodies. We got to take care of our bodies, y'all. This is the suit, the earth suit. I call it an earth suit. This is the earth suit that God has given us, right, to navigate through this earth, right? You can't be so I'm gonna get a little deep here. Some of y'all, may not know, some of y'all may know, but we live in a spiritual world, right? I believe it's Ephesians 6 that talks about this spiritual world, right? Um, you know, when people, like when our loved ones, they leave here, right? When they leave the earth, the world, they are no longer body, right? They're spirit. In order for you to be here on this side, you got to have a physical body, right? But when you leave from here, you go, your body just deteriorates, right? So I know that, we have funerals and all this stuff, and we actually see our family member go inside the ground. But after so long, the body deteriorates, right? And it's nothing inside of that grave but bones, right? You are then spirit, which we are spirit now, but we still have this covering, right? So we have to take care of the body that God has given us, right? The Bible also talks about how your body is a temple, right? You should treat and I spoke about this about maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I spoke on this, how our bodies are temples and how we should treat our bodies like something that we don't want to get dirty, right? Um, Things that you love, you take care of, right? So if you love yourself and you love your body, you're going to be very cautious of what you eat and drink. You're going to be, trying to exercise. You're not going to put any alcohol or drugs inside of your body because you care about your body, right? You want your body to function 100%. You're not going to eat a whole bunch of junk food and all that stuff because whatever you put in your body will tell on you, right? Because eventually your body is going to start to break down. So we must take care of our bodies and our minds. We must take care of our minds, right? This is the most important thing right here. Because if your mental state is not right, nothing is right. Anytime a decision is made, you have to think about it first, right? You got to think about it. So we have to make sure that mentally we are okay. So take care of your minds and your body. So the third thing here, uh, not heeding to advice of elders. We got to remember these elders have been here. They've been there and done that, right? And they trying to protect us, keep us from bumping our head like they did. So we gotta listen to sound advice. Now, not all advice is good advice. Just because somebody is older does not mean they're wiser, right? And the Bible speaks about that. The Bible speaks about not letting people look down on you because you are younger, right? Just because you young doesn't mean that you don't know anything, right? So, um, you gotta take what you need and leave what you don't, if that makes sense, right? Because not all advice is good advice. So the fourth thing, it says thinking with everything other than your brain. I'm gonna let that sink in. Thinking with everything other than your brain. Okay, so the fifth thing is not protecting your credibility. Not protecting your credibility. So the principal points that she has here, it says respect yourself, take care of your mind and body, get adequate rest, go to sleep, people, go to sleep, get your beauty rest, eat healthy, exercise, and drink plenty of water, take care of your body, learn from the wisdom of authoritative figures, place intellect before actions, protect and preserve your credibility. Silly mistakes on social media can cause permanent damage, y'all, but got to be careful with what you're posting on social media, because at the click of a button, that can be all over the world. You got to be very careful, and don't uh, let your emotions take control, right? I think a lot of people do like emotional posting, right? We got to be very cautious of that. Chapter 7. The title is Life is a Series of Decisions. Life is a series of decisions. So let's see here. Life is a series of decisions. Okay, so I'm not gonna actually read chapter 7 here. Let's see. Okay, we're just gonna jump right into the principal points. So the principal points for chapter 7, it says, despite your past, you have time to accomplish your wildest dreams. So no matter whatever, no matter what happened in the past, you still can accomplish your wildest dreams. It says here, all things are possible if you believe. That's that faith, right? Philippians 4 and 13, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. All things are possible if you just believe. You got to have faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, right? You got to have faith. Faith is the size of a mustard seed, is all you need. Affirm, affirm yourself daily. It says where you start doesn't determine where you end up, but you got to start somewhere, right? You got to crawl for you walk, right? It says here your actions, your decisions, your actions, your decisions, not your thoughts that make a difference. It's your actions, your decisions, not your thoughts that make a difference. It says your choices can change the world. Your choices can change the world. And also, I'm going to just piggyback off this a little bit. Be careful with what you choose because there's consequences. Some consequences you may have to live with for the rest of your life, right? So think before you react. Before you choose anything, sit down and think about it, right? And don't ever let anybody pressure you into hurry up and choosing anything. Always think before you make any decision because it's consequences that may have to result, that you may have to deal with for the rest of your life. And some of them may be good, but some of them can be bad. So there you go. So the next thing she says, find ways to use negative aspects of your journey to give you power on your journey. Find ways to use negative aspects of your journey to give you power on your journey. Okay. And then the last thing here, she says, decisions supersede your background. Decisions supersede your background. So that's it for chapter 7. We're going to jump right into chapter 8. And the topic for chapter 8 is dating. So it says dating is exciting, and the majority of young men enjoy it. There can be one-time dates, some that lead to short or long-term relationships, and some dates that lead to marriage. Today, dating has even evolved from old fashioned in person courting to online dating. Your actions during dating can positively or negatively impact your life. It says here are general rules of dating to avoid significant hiccups. Okay, so the first one, it says meet at a mutual agreed upon location for your first date. The second thing, it says walk to the door when picking up your date. Don't honk the horn or call from outside. The third thing, it says meet your date's parents when feasible. The fourth thing, open your date's car door. The fifth thing here, it says pay for the date. Guys, pay for the date. And six, it says move slowly. Get to know each other. Move slowly. The seventh thing, it says protect yourself regardless of the level of commitment, the length of the relationship, etc. So protect yourself regardless of the level of commitment, the length of the relationship, etc. It says dating is serious. Remember, your actions impact your credibility. Don't let emotions and adrenaline guide your actions. The eighth thing here says no always means no. No always means no. So the principal points here for chapter 8. It says before going on your date, be ready, including being well groomed. The second thing here, it says chivalry is not dead. Treat ladies like ladies. It says respect yourself and others. It says move slowly, get to know each other. No always means no. And it says protect yourself and think before you act. She has something here. It's called Your Life. It says your life matters. Every aspect of what you do, your actions, and how you exemplify your credibility is a stepping stone in your life. As you work to build your best life, each component must be nurtured, worked on, and placed miraculously during your life. Work to be the best you. So, chapter 9, the title is Your Life. It says, your life is built on every action you take. Your actions and credibility are building blocks used for the world to create. Your every step, word, and action go into the construction of building a better life and focusing on every aspect of you, the person. Here are some of the areas you can focus on. So the first one, who are you? The second one, your health. The third one, foster your relationships. The fourth one, your finances. The fifth one, your career. They say your work ethic, your skills, how you interact with others. These are some areas of your life you focus on to be a better you. Don't allow people a bad attitude and poor habits to keep you from being who you are. So, the principal points for chapter 9, it says every action is a building block of your life. Focus on you, the person. Maintain your body and mind. Relationships are vital in the respective places. Be a good steward of your finances. How you act, perform, and communicate speaks to the type of person you are. Your work ethic impacts the success of your career. And it says teamwork makes the dream work. So that was chapter 9. So, chapter 10, which is the final chapter, this is the conclusion. It says, whenever I turn on the news, read about current events, seek out trending occurrences, or listen to the chatter around me, there's a continuous theme: the plight of young men. Some of the headlines are, it says college student dies following a night of hazing. It says student takes his own life after sustaining months of torture by bullying. It says four frat deaths this month, two this week alone. What's going on with fraternity hazing? It says more American young people are dying by suicide and homicide, CDC reports. It says abuse of prescription RX drugs affect young adults most. It affects young adults most, the abuse of prescription drugs. It says deaths of despair from drugs, alcohol, and suicide hit young adults hardest. It says it's absolutely horrifying. Denver gang leaders arming young recruits to carry out deadly vendettas. These are just some of the a few of the horrifying issues young men face. Suicide, murder, bullying, obesity, and depression. It's like a tug of war. Enough is enough. It's my quest to equip young men with the tools needed to build their best lives now. So, Ms. Deborah is on a mission to help young men build the best life, to get them away from this suicide and this murder and this bullying and obesity and depression. She's on a quest to equip young men with the tools needed to build their best lives now. So, let's see. She says here, be open to whatever your mind can dream, including job opportunities, people of all races, relationships, and more. Take the limits off. She says, try new things. Believe you can surpass six figures. Know you can choose a mate based on their inward attributes, not the outside. And feel comfortable purchasing whatever you can afford once you have done the legwork to ensure it is a sound investment. It says, speak these things. Say it and believe it. Have faith. Have faith that it's going to happen. Let me see, y'all. I'm running out of time. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Listen to this, y'all. This is a quote by actually this is a friend of mine, Ricardo Miller. It says, "When life hands you a pop quiz, you may not ace it, but you should not fail it. That's a quote by Ricardo Miller, y'all. And she has a few things back here. She has a bucket list for you to complete, a personal bucket list. She has a few questions here. It's personal planning. It's a personal planning program she has back here. It says to build your best life, you need to take the first step. The following questions will assist you as you plan to make the leap. It says Psalms 20 and 4. It says, may he give what you desire and make all your plans succeed. So a few questions she has here. I'm not going to read all of them. I'm going to read you the first three. The first one, it says, what do you feel is your number one asset? The second one, it says, do you have any issues that cause you anxiety or cause you to dread taking the next rational step in your life? It says, the third one, who do you feel comfortable talking to about who do you feel comfortable talking to about any subject? So that's the personal planning program she has back here. She has a lot back here. She has goal setting back here as well. The goal setting. Um, she has Jeremiah 19 and 11. It says, I alone know the plans I have for you. Plans to uh plans to bring you prosperity and not disaster. Plans to bring you a future for hope. So it's telling you to write down five personal academic goals, five personal career goals. Um, it's asking you to put five personal financial goals. It's a lot back here, y'all. And then it has let me see, it has it's a note section here for you to write notes. Let me see, what else does it have back here? This is a lot, y'all, for y'all to, it has references here. One of the first one, it says nine world famous successful people who failed and overcame. So it has a website here. It has multiple websites that you can go to and look at these resources. Um, so I'm going to read, wait, let me see. I don't want to skip over nothing. Okay. So it says Build Your Best Life Services. Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith is the ultimate coaching program designed to help young men in their high school and early college years. Three services are provided. So she provides consulting, coaching, and speaking services. So her consulting, it says that as a consultant, we meet one on one with young people to determine where their focus is. Based on our initial meeting, a recommendation is presented to the individual or the parent or guardian about areas they need to work on or areas of concern. If their assessment indicates they will be benefit from our coaching program, it is offered at that time. And then the coaching, it says under the coaching program, individuals are asked to complete a coaching application that offers areas the individual may have interest in. It says we offer five coaching services centered around using basic principles to build a better life. So the five are image control, it's behavior management, self-development, admiration and valuing life, establishing and achieving goals. Those are the five coaching services centered around the basic principles to build a better life. It says here, it said, we work together for a specified period of time based on the area that will most benefit the individual. And then her speaking services, it says, as a professional speaker, we offer speaking engagements to high schools, colleges, organizations, and other entities. Our speaking engagements are centered around the platform of helping high school slash early college age individuals use the information and tools that are available along with their skills and abilities to achieve a better life. So for those of you who want to talk to Miss Deborah. She has her information here. It says for more information, you can contact Deborah D. Smith. Her number is 97. I mean, I'm sorry. It's 904 553-4094. Again, her number is 904-553-4094. You can also email her at bybldsmith@gmail.com. That's bybldsmith@gmail.com. So we just completed Build Your Best Life by Deborah D. Smith. And I just gave you a summary. So if you want all the nuggets, you have to go purchase this book yourself. So, like I always say, don't let no one steal your joy because the world did not give it to you and the world cannot take it away. This is Miss Choicey. This has been Open Visions Book Club. I hope to see you next week. Please like, share, and subscribe, and go ahead and hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss what we have coming up. I love y'all. Good night.